So, hello. Greetings and welcome. Just waiting. We are now live. Guys, what can I say? But, I mean, this has been a long time coming, but it is important to say StreamYard! Right, god damn, right. Now, to address that straight away, hopefully this is the end of the chapter. I have sorted things out with StreamYard. I had a previous lifetime pricing. They reneged on it. I complained publicly. They have put things right. Their parent company said that they would put things right. They haven't asked me to say this, obviously. They don't even know I'm saying it. But the point is, if you have like an issue, try to sort things out, because sometimes you can. And on this occasion, I did. Although when we tried to start today, everything went wrong.
Publicly shout them out so they have no choice but to respond to David instead of reaching him out in customer support.
Oh my god, customer support, what a pain they are for everything. But don't get me started on that, because we have so many things to get going with. Most importantly, here we go.
Welcome to the Geek Battle Zone. We discuss comics and puny minds are blown. We debate Marvel versus DC, Skeletor, X-Men, and Ron Weasley. Judge David slams down the gavel and cap dreams of Henry Cavill. It's a Geek Battle stream. Their rage is we assemble our Geek Avengers team. Welcome to the Geek Battle party. We are the Justice League and our Batman is Marty. Say Hitler's a Tim as movies are greenlit. Every new movie, Dev's already seen it. Xbox, Star Wars, and Star Riders. He-Man, Star Trek, and David loves spiders. We battle as Morrow and Disney loves Blink, and we try to crown the Geek of the Week. It's the Geek Battle Show. Welcome to the Geek Battleground, where we use the Force and the One Ring is found. Cap is wrong about Resident Evil 6, and everyone watch out, some shit is thick. Gerald and Tim and Diz will try to win at the Geek Battle quiz. David and Dave will confuse their crew as they dive in the TARDIS of Doctor Who. Watch out now, we're full of hot takes. Johnny Courtney is garbage, but Red Dwarf is great. You love Sega, I love Nintendo, but in the Geek Battle, we are all friendos. Oh, it's a Geek Battle show. Oh, the Geek Battle show. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Geek Battle show.
Okay, good. So, with this, everyone, welcome to the Geek Battle Show. It's going to be a slightly shorter show today, just because there's all kinds of shenanigans and things going on, which is just making schedules a little bit tight. But I want to come straight to. It's been a couple of weeks because we've been on Restream, which we will never speak of again. Not that I've got anything mentally against it. Okay, let's bring. Okay.
Restream was awesome.
Okay, force field time. Force field, because guys, if you haven't seen it, this is the trailer for Superman. Okay, the teaser.
Oh, we're going into this already.
This is the teaser trailer. The teaser trailer. So we're gonna see more. This is just something that lasts a few seconds. So it says teaser trailer tomorrow, but this lasts a little while. So from James Gunn, I'm liking the font. Now we'll discuss this. You only get very brief glimpses of Superman. There's one, and then we're going to see another in a second.
Look, up in the sky. It's a plane.
It's a bird.
Look
it's Henry Cavill.
I wish. Oh, you've invoked the name. And that's the only other glimpse we get. But tomorrow we should have... Look, we might have to do another emergency show tomorrow because the Superman trailer is out. tomorrow.
I have to say, like, instead of saying it's a bird or a plane, people start saying, look, it's Christopher Reeves, it's Brandon Routh, it's Henry Cavill, and now, no, it's the new guy.
It's the new guy. Right. Now, have you guys seen that before?
Not till just now.
Ah, okay. So, did you see the teaser poster that came out like a day before that?
Yeah,
That I did see.
Now, the interesting thing, because it was a motion poster, if you listen to it, it has the original Superman the movie theme tune behind it. It's listen back to it. It's slow, it's hummed, like, or sung. It's just like, right, it's one of those kind of jobbies. Superman! But now I'd be so disappointed if they literally just use that for the teaser and then they're like, and here is the new theme, and it's just something.
I mean, David, like in Superman Returns, they only use the Christopher Reeves music.
That's because it isn't the Christopher Reeves music; it's the Superman music.
Yeah, that's what they used in Superman Returns.
Yeah, because it was the Superman music. Right.
Are you that kind of person, Cap, who would say, oh, they use the same music in Jurassic World that they used for Jurassic Park. Oh, I don't like it now.
Yeah. Can you imagine them making a new Jurassic Park film and completely never using it?
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to. It is attached to it. Now, the Justice League, the Henry Cavill Superman theme. Do you guys remember what it goes like?
Is it like a duh, duh, duh?
That's your bid, Cap. Do you have another bid?
I'm thinking. Wait.
This isn't a trick question. It's not a trick question.
I mean, I feel like it is. Because, like, that movie had weird sounds. Because, like, I don't hear the trumpet, but I did hear, like, what Dave said, the organ going.
Okay, so let me tell you, because I've listened to these. It's a Hans Zimmer soundtrack. Now, Hans Zimmer did the Dark Knight trilogy. He did The Lion King, for goodness sake. But in more recent years, he did Inception. I think he's probably done a few Nolan things. But here's the thing. When you listen to most of his recent work, he gets one idea and repeats it, and then adds something to it, and repeats it, and adds something to it. So the Superman Henry Cavill theme, I'm not going to do it exactly right, but it's kind of what Dave said. It's da-da, da-da, da-da. And as it's going, and hang on, and as it goes on, it starts getting some percussion. Da-dun, dun, da-dun, da-dun, da-da, da-dun, da-dun, da-da. And that's it for 3 minutes. It never changes. It never evolves. Now, when you listen to it, it feels like it gets to the big swell of the music, da-da, and you expect it to go, da-da-da-da-da, Superman, and it never does. It ends. No, it ends. It builds up. The whole song of the Henry Cavill Superman theme is literally build up, and then it ends. I had to get that off my chest, guys. Please respect me in this time of grief.
Is that the...
Nerd Rage!
Sorry, Cap, you were saying,
All
Cap.
the acrophobiacs are like, no! But, did they use that the same thing when, like, Russell Crowe gave him the speech and when he tries to fly? Is that the same thing that they used for that too?
Yeah, quite possibly. No, that is the Superman theme from that movie.
Because, like, the only two music that I'm remembering from Man of Steel is the fight music, or otherwise it's like,
yeah.
It's like you have an organ and you just press and then you wait, and the whole movie is like that music.
Honestly, guys, I wish I could risk playing it on the show. You listen to Hans Zimmer's stuff. Now, there's some incredible pieces of music, like the Batman theme. The Inception theme is fantastic. Now,
Kung Fu Panda!
I can't comment on that one because I don't know it, but if you listen to the Batman theme from Batman v Superman, it starts very low, and it's like dun 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 dun, and it just builds up, and it's the exact same thing. All Hans Zimmer does is played like 3 notes, and then he adds another layer and plays the same notes, and it is every single song. It's all of them.
I think no. So I think it's because the mood they were going for there. Because like even with Dark Knight, that's like the whole Dark Knight music with Batman. But like he only did this for when he's doing like serious stuff. Like Dune, Dune also he does.
Oh, I bet it's the same on Dune. I don't know, but Interstellar, Inception, Batman v Superman. I'm trying to think what else. Like, did he do the Wonder Woman theme? It's just that one bit. That's the whole theme. He came up with like one riff. He's like that. I'm Hans Zimmer. I don't need to do more. Just elaborate on it.
I would say like when he's doing cartoons. Kung Fu Panda one, he has some great pieces there. He did do the Lion King one, right?
Yeah, almost certainly. But look, that was a different era, and I couldn't tell you what of the Lion King, because he didn't do "Can You Feel the Love Tonight." That was pure Elton John.
He did the score for Mufasa's and like the circle of. No, that's Elton John, I think.
Yeah,
that's Elton John.
Yeah, so
Elton
what did
John
he actually
was the
do?
songs. But I guess he did the soundtrack parts of it, like the chase, maybe the chase in the.
Dun 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 dun.
That sounds like a Hans Zimmer thing. Maybe that's where it started.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how it started.
Oh, I remember the chase scene now.
Yeah. Exactly. Right, I'm gonna bring up Hans.
But even in that, right, you can sense a lot of personality on that one. In the Lion King, I can sense a lot of personality in it. The Kung Fu Panda one is very slow and again very full of cheerful. But like, okay, you're doing a serious film. I only have one note.
But even in Kung Fu Panda, he does the same thing. Like think about it. They got the theme of da 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 da, and then that one just keeps playing.
Well,
he does the Uguay Transcendent scene, and then
that's beautiful. That song
that's
is beautiful.
Amazing. That's still in. David, you need to listen to that one.
What one is that?
That's Uguay Transcends.
Yeah.
I think it's called that, isn't
What
it?
movie? Kung Fu Panda.
It's
Kung Fu
Kung Fu
Panda.
Panda.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You know where Uguay becomes a Force ghost?
no, I don't know. So let's have a look. I don't really know Kung Fu Panda terribly well, I'm afraid.
There's a one where there's like he's playing. It's from a Chinese instrument. That's really good, really cool.
So look at this. It just says music department. I want composer. He was a composer on 257 things apparently.
Yep.
But it's not coming up when I click it. Never mind. But like honestly, some of his most famous things, when you listen to it, whatever you'll hear something really quiet, and by the end it's really like this big swell, but it's still the exact same little bit of tune, just with extra layers. That's all he does. It never evolves.
Guys, Hans. So when I'm not sure if this is true or not, because like when I Google a Hans Zimmer animated film, it shows Prince of Egypt, Road to El Dorado, Madagascar, Shark Tale, The Boss Baby, Spirit, the Stallion of the West, which is also brilliant. So, yeah, his animated stuff are really good.
Yeah, but here's the thing. All of the things I said about, I do like them. There used to be these commercials come up on, Facebook, which would be, join Hans Zimmer's masterclass. And you'd see masterclass, and it might be Steve Martin for his comedy masterclass. But on this one with Hans Zimmer, he spoke about how he came up with the Dark Knight theme tune, and he was just 2 notes out of 2 French horns. And it was like, oh yeah, okay, that's instantly Batman. 2 notes is all you need, right? But it doesn't change that the Man of Steel theme literally just sounds like the intro before. Because look, okay, so here's the thing. There's 2 other Superman themes. I need to, because they're so similar. Okay, well, guys, give me a Superman theme. What's the main bit? Dave, you did it earlier.
What? Which bit?
The main one. Superman! Right, okay, and there is another one. Superman! See what I mean? Both of them.
Oh my god!
I heard this trivia years ago. both versions of it lead into the big point being Superman, da 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 da, or da 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 Superman.
Do re mi sa, something like that. The solfege for that song. It's literally just 4 notes like over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to Geek Music Battle, everybody.
I'm not gonna lie, we should talk about film soundtracks and things more. It was good.
Yeah.
We should bring Ruth O for that one because like she knows music better than most of us.
Probably. Anyway, we haven't done any introductions, so what can I say?
And it's a sad day for The Witcher because I saw the trailer and I don't like it.
Why don't you like it, Cap?
We'll get into that, but that's a geek fact. Let's stay with the world of The Witcher. The thing is, like, witches, right? They are actually a failed project for most mages. So most of the mages combine to create the witches so they can help them fight monsters and stuff. But the things like, a lot of the mages were not really happy with the product that they created, so they just left. Only the few mages who remained who knew how to actually make witches, because they thought that was a success. Because like some witches don't, the magic that witches use are not really same as like the other sorcerers and stuff like they use. But the thing is, they were clearly effective. But when the mages were killed off, the only few mages who knew how to make witches, they couldn't make witches anymore. When after the sacking of Karamoran happened, like they can't make new witches. And the thing is, like, they were still stuck with the old recipe. Basically, you know, you get a teenage boy, not a teenage boy, but like a kid, starve them, like brutally train them until the breaking point, and then they involve mutagen. So certain schools have different mutagen. Wolf school have like wolf spade, and cat school have a different thing. And unfortunately, girls can't survive the process, so that's why they only made boys into witches, because the girls usually die. It also stems to the fact that witches weirdly kind of leans into biological alchemy a little bit, because like girls do take a hit when puberty happens, while boys take a boost when puberty happens to them. So they can't in a health-wise thing. Like, remember, all the girls were taller before you hit puberty. Remember that?
Well, yeah.
It's one of those reasons as well. And the other thing is, like, if like a child has like perception to magic and stuff like that, they would usually return them into sorcerers, because that's a much easier way. Because they also, sorceresses have to go through brutal surgery too. But the thing is, like, they do that to make them look incredibly beautiful so they can manipulate all the political battles. It's a harsh world, people, but everyone looks good. Witcher 4 doesn't look good.
Yeah, like, do you know what? I think the graphics kind of look great. I think when you look at The Witcher 3 as a comparison, it's, obviously there's the evolution there. I played...
Yeah, but like, but David, like, Google Witcher 3 series next to Witcher 4 series. Just Google it. Just Google it.
Okay, well, how am I meant to find that? Okay, so Witcher...
What, you go onto Google?
4. Yeah, Witcher 4 series versus Witcher 4...
3 series.
How do you spell Siri?
Hey Siri, how do you spell Siri?
Oh, God, no. Right, Cap, go again. C what?
C-I-R-I.
C-R... Oh, I don't know.
C-I-R-I.
I'm looking it up, right? It's hard. Words aren't easy to me. Right,
why am I teaching an English person to spell?
I'm very distracted. Right, okay. Okay, I think this is what you're talking about. So, on the left here, right, that's The Witcher 3, yeah?
Yeah.
And that's The Witcher 4?
Yep.
So, you're saying she looks worse. Is that your argument?
I mean, like, again, like, updated graphics, but, like, it was clear, she was clearly beautiful in the Witcher 3 one, because that was the thing with the games. They made everything look so gorgeous, because, like, I would say even Geralt, right? Geralt in the trailer did look like a bit gruff because he got older and stuff, but they gave you so much customization. You can make him look like Leon in the game. Like, you can literally customize him to look like Leon.
Yeah.
So, in this one, I'm not seeing it.
So
And
what
also
you're saying,
jawline,
this isn't your jam?
This isn't my jam.
Right,
Just
okay.
looks like Madonna a little bit.
Oh my god, yeah, like, we're at a huge risk of just being body shaming Battle, because the amount of times we're just like pulling up pictures of Madonna or Kylie Minogue in recent weeks. Right, okay. But no, Madonna has had a lot of work done.
Now you look, so if you see, I saw a meme, okay? Like, something happened like in 2023.
Yeah.
And like everyone who did plastic surgery turned awful, but then they revamped it and they now look good for some reason.
If you haven't ever seen the film Death Becomes Her, I think at a certain point, it's like some of these celebrities got like the elixir of youth and kind of fixed themselves. I don't want to put this on the screen. Right, anyway, Dave, let's go on to your introduction, because we are still technically on the intro round.
Where's my point?
I told them all, I am the master.
Boom!
I informed them all.
And there you are.
I am the master, and you will obey me. So I'm Dave MC here in Paris, France. My geek fact is another Doctor Who related one. Now for this, I did have to get this number read to me because I didn't know how to say it. I was looking at, just trust me. I had to look up. I was looking at body counts for this fact, as in who had the highest, which doctors had the highest kill count.
Oh, I thought you meant who bangs the most of their
Yeah,
assistants.
I was like,
None of them.
Tennant, isn't it?
None
Tennant.
of them.
Tennant has banged all of them.
No, none of them.
Yes, like he definitely was banging Billy Piper. Look, and
Anyway,
in fact, he's banging his own daughter. He married her.
Yes, but there's a whole complicated story with that.
Right.
I'll tell you about that bit in a minute. But my geek fact is which doctor had the highest kill count ratio. And I found out that Paul McGann's doctor has had a kill count of 41, when Matt Smith's doctor is the doctor, the 11th doctor between series 5 and 7. He is the doctor with the highest kill count with the number, and I'll read this out. Here we go. 1 sextillion, 1 quadrillion, 3 billion, 214 million, 64,242 confirmed kills.
Wow. Okay, so where did that happen? Like, how did he do that?
I guess it was when he went inside the Pandorica when the whole universe exploded.
Yeah.
And we had Day of the Doctor with when David Tennant came back and he was with John Hurt.
Yeah.
The 60th special, when the Daleks fired upon each other in their own crossfire, when Gallifrey was sent to the pocket dimension, all those Daleks fired upon them. They fired upon themselves, so all their ships were destroyed.
He didn't do it then. They killed themselves.
He did do it.
Hang on. Look, Dave, if you were stood in between me and Cap both had got like the guns like this, and we're both trying to shoot you, and you duck, and we shoot each other, you didn't kill us. We killed each other.
Same point though. Matt Smith's run, he had the highest body count of 1 sextillion.
Okay, let me ask another question then. So I think you touched on it with the Day of the Doctor. So didn't they all, when the last Great Time War, shouldn't it be John Hurt killed like everyone?
So this is a weird thing. Is that in the original, in the original timeline, that did happen. John Hurt's Doctor activated the moment, and it killed the Time Lords and the Daleks. But then, because of the 60th anniversary, they fixed everything. So Gallifrey was sent to the pocket dimension with his other 13 incarnations. They sent Gallifrey to the pocket dimension, thus fired the Daleks firing upon each other because they were bombarding Gallifrey anyway. So when Gallifrey disappeared, the Daleks destroyed themselves, so it looked to the universe like they had killed each other, but the Doctor didn't know if he succeeded or not.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? There is another one which I think is potential beats either of those. Now, I'm not sure if it is either Jodie Whittaker or Ncuti Gatwa, but one of them has killed the entire show. So, like...
That was that's Russell T Davies who's killed it now. But it was Jodie's run when they did the whole timeless frickin' child thing, when the Master destroyed Gallifrey and then converted all the Time Lords into Cybermen.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's just like... I am excited to see what the Christmas special... It is on Christmas Day, isn't it?
I believe it is Christmas.
Wow. And, do you know what, like, Cap, this won't mean anything to you, I guess, but in the UK, I guess it won't necessarily mean much to you. On, like, BBC One, when they're showing it, it's on at, like, 5 p.m. It's on at a shitty time slot. It's 'cause...
That's a death slot. That's a death sentence.
Yeah, like, I don't know what, like, it's probably up against Coronation Street. It's going to get slaughtered. No, people aren't going to watch it. I might be wrong, but...
No one's going to watch it anyway. I can honestly say, no one's going to watch it anyway, because it's done really bad.
Yeah.
And you know, I was watching a thing about why the 15th Doctor does not work as a character. But I did agree with this guy's documentary in that there's a moment where Ncuti Gatwa's acting comes through, and it's the most Doctor moment he has.
Yeah.
And it never comes back again.
Okay, tell us what it is in the moment, but we're afraid we do have a slight interruption here.
Ah! No!
Oh,
and with that, I have to go.
Bye guys. Right, okay. Nick, the ghost of Christmas past. You are back.
I am back. I actually have Wednesday. This is going to be my last Wednesday I have off.
You said that last week. This is bullshit.
They asked me, because tomorrow's my last day until next year. They asked me if I could come in.
The last day until next year. Next year is in like 10 days' time.
Yeah, like tomorrow's the last day that my company is open.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Next year.
I love we're discussing corporate America and label.
Okay, well, Nick, whenever you can make an appearance, it's always a pleasure. How are you?
Yeah, I am well.
Good.
That's his feedback.
I don't have one. I think I'll get a show today.
Yeah.
I've been sick for 2 days.
Oh shit.
Nick. Right, okay, so Dave was just telling us. What was it you were about to tell us?
Yeah, so I was going to say, I don't remember the episode specifically. It's where he's with these people who are like internet users, like these YouTube users, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the Doctor says to him, I can help you, I can take you wherever you want to go, just let me know, I want to help you.
Yeah.
And they keep saying no.
Yeah.
And sort of like his hero complex is questioned, like he does, and then he just starts laughing because he can't do anything, and then he just walks away and says nothing. That was his most doctory moment, and I'm sad that he never does anything like that again, because like very harsh criticism to say, but he's constantly crying, and it takes some of the emotional weight away from him. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
in every scene, every sort of episode he does, he's crying at something, so that when Sutek destroyed the universe,
yeah,
knowing that he's been clinging, and yet if we're going to stick with him, he's been clinging onto the TARDIS this whole time, fine, but it takes away that weight, the emotional weight, so you're not essentially upset with him, that everywhere he's been, you're hurt with him, because it's just been a trap the whole time.
Yeah.
But because he's been crying in every fucking episode, there's no emotional weight behind it.
I completely agree, Dave. Now, for me...
Wait, he cries every episode?
Every freaking episode.
Every fucking episode. Oh, it's a bogey monster. Tears.
Right,
oh
okay.
no, music's gone. Tears.
Dave.
Fucking hell.
For me, I probably said this back when the episode aired. On the episode, what an ingenious idea for an episode. The whole thing is someone stood on a landmine, right? Now... He cries. Now, I kind of forget the order, but as best I remember, like, Millie Gibson is stood on it at first and they trade places or something like this. And It should have been that something happens, and when he doesn't cry when he's going to die, it should have been, you know, if he's going to have 1 point in the whole season, and that should have come a little bit later, like the penultimate episode where he feels like he's let his companion down, not on like the second time we've met her. It should have been, then he sheds a tear, because, and that should have been a shedding a tear, and she knows, oh, that means I'm going to die, and he still should be like, you're going to be fine, and that tear would have said so much. But instead he cries all the time. Ugh, Cap.
I have two things. Maybe they looked at the David Tennant crying meme and they decided that's what's popular. We need to do that.
When does he cry?
No, that's the thing, Cap. He rarely cries. The only time he does properly cry is when Rose is gone. When the parallel worlds close off and he can't see her again, that's when you see him cry. And then when he doesn't want to regenerate, that's when he properly breaks down. There's emotional weight behind
but he
it.
Doesn't
because
cry,
he's not
does
quite
he?
a lot.
He's like,
no,
why me? I've still got so much more to do. He's annoyed, but he's not crying.
No,
and literally, when they filmed his regeneration...
There's the gif of like David Tennant like in the rain. I think it's the Dr. David Tennant. Like crying in the rain. That's the most famous gif I know.
He's not crying.
Yeah, it's rain. It's rain.
It's just rain, Cap.
Yeah.
It's tears in the rain, fellas.
But
it's just...
Okay, so Dave, I'm sure you've seen this. Hang on, Nick. Dave, I'm sure you saw this. When they filmed his regeneration, before he becomes Matt Smith, they filmed it a few different ways. So he had the, I don't want to go, crying. They didn't use it. They had the angry, I don't want to go. They didn't use it. They had the straight one. Just simple, I don't want to go. And then it's happening, right?
Yeah.
It was more powerful because he wasn't crying. Because the Doctor is brave.
Well, sorry, Cal, I was going to say, before we move on a little bit, and there's one thing I will say, I want to give Ncuti Gatwa some credit, but at the same point, he was given a shit deal because he had to follow and share the screen with David Tennant.
Yeah.
Because he had that moment with like the bi-generation thing. Again, what the fuck? Him sharing the screen with David Tennant takes that away from him because we should have had Ncuti Gatwa from Jodie Whittaker or go into some other sort of story. Like I had this idea of they did it with Big Finish where the War Doctor is degenerating and regenerating. So he goes into his past incarnations and even future incarnations. You could have done that, a story like that, where in 3 episodes, he's going back through past regenerations to then go to the 15th. So he's not sharing the screen with David Tennant.
Well, he just, the boy regeneration thing, if they suddenly said, well, Disney are funding it now, and there's going to be 4 David Tennant specials coming up over the next 4 years, people would have been like, oh, wow, that was a clever idea to still keep that character active. But they've literally said, no, David Tennant isn't coming back. Then let him die. Because he was still there, and you're like, oh, well, the real Doctor's still here. The new guy stood here in his underpants, looks like an idiot. Oh, they did so much wrong. But anyway, Cap, we'll kind of move on from this, because there's still other things to talk about. Okay,
Hold
Nick.
on, I want to
Yes,
I want
Nick.
to talk about Doctor Who, goddammit.
Okay, go on, Nick, and then we'll come to you,
I never
Cap.
talked about Doctor Who, and now I want to talk about Doctor Who. You're like, no, we're going to work the fucking down.
They always talk about Doctor Who. Where have you been?
What I'm saying is, I never get to talk about Doctor Who. This guy.
It's because they don't talk about it all the time.
Okay, Nick, tell us things.
David.
Tell us things.
My favorite Doctor Who moments from what I've seen so far, which is not as much as I wish it had been, is when David Tennant, as the Doctor, is talking to the aliens that are about to destroy Earth, and they're like, wait a minute, we can't destroy these people. They've been on the world for such a long time. From the day they arrived on the planet, and blinking stepped into... Oh, no, wait, that's the Lion King. Whatever the line.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah.
When he first regenerates. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a huge Disney fan. I'm also kind of a medium Doctor Who fan, but I'm getting there, I feel. And I was like, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's great. There's fab stuff. Now, Cap, go on.
I would say like just to finally close off this topic is like
We're not going to close the topic ever.
Cap, you're stuck with us now.
No, go on, Cap, go on.
But the thing is, like, I would say, like, think about with like this has been the trend with like new shows. Even when they made Halo, like they had Master Chief, who you don't even see his face, and that's his character. And they made him constantly go, oh, I don't know about my past, oh, my childhood, oh, this, oh, that. And they turned most of the heroes into drama queens. But I have to say, in Mandalorian Season 1, remember when, like, we don't get to see Mando's expressions at all, but at the end, when he's, like, giving Baby Yoda away, he takes off his helmet. That is such more of an emotional impact moment because, like, it was saved up to the end. And it made so much sense. And I liked it. But if you keep doing,
Look,
But with that... Sorry, Nick.
we have to give Pedro Pascal his due that he was able to do so much with that character without a face, which is most of where humans use their expression.
No, because you can do that, Nick. Video games have been doing with that, like, making us feel for characters that you don't see faces of. You can, like, even with such little things, you can make that. That's how much impressive it is. That's why when you finally do take off your mask, it becomes so much impactful.
Yeah. Now,
Has any of you guys played Final Fantasy IV?
No.
no. Right, moving on. No, I'm joking. What about it, Dick?
There's a character named Tella in Final Fantasy IV, which is a 16-bit game. And, you, like, in my case, I was really young when I played this game. I know it's such a, like, I appreciate the character so much that, spoiler for a game from the 90s, when he killed himself to save his best friend, I'm like, no! And I was actually like crying tears.
Yeah.
And my friends were like, oh, you idiot, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, screw you, man.
Okay.
Nick, only moment where I actually, okay, never been couple, like when an actual tear came out is when Master Splinter died, Nick. That was the only time I went, oh no.
But there was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I get you.
Yes.
Now, guys.
Again, it needs to be very impactful. That's why you need to watch TMNT 2012.
I agree. Now, guys, talking of characters where you don't ever see expressions on their face. Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim.
Oh
my god. Now, guys, look, there is something here.
I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah,
okay,
sorry,
man.
we gotta go.
Bye. Let's bring up the shield, just because I'll show you something. There might be an aspect here. He's not going to be able to leave again. He's still here, isn't he? I knew it. Right. Okay, let's bring this up. Let's bring up the shield. So that's Geek Overlay, and here's the shield. So the War of the Rohirrim.
Are you sure about this, David? Are you sure about anime?
Yeah, look, just take a look at this. So this is probably the most expression you see on a face in the entire thing. Now, it says it's showing this scene, but when you see the characters talk, there is no expression. So let's go back to a human bit here. This might not be a good bit.
Is it like the Dragon Ball where there's like face over the mouth just...
Yeah, but it's terrible. Like, there is no expression on these characters' faces. The backgrounds are absolutely stunning. The backgrounds, when it first started, I was like, is it going to start live action? Because the backgrounds looks that good. But the faces, the eyes are completely dead. Like, honestly, it's juddery. Clearly this was a complete rush job because of all of the stuff saying that they were going to lose the rights to Lord of the Rings, which I kind of question a little bit because they had it for so long. So unless they were actually being legally challenged. But Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim, I got into it by the end, and it was like, yeah, well, it was better than the Rings of Power, right? But here is the problem with it.
Very low bar.
J.R.R. Tolkien, he started writing a sequel to the Lord of the Rings, and it was called like A New Shadow or something like this. If you didn't know this, it was 100 years after Lord of the Rings. In the unfinished tales, all of the material that has been published on it, there's a chapter or a couple of chapters, and I'll have to bring up, but it's about Aragorn's son. But the thing is, he gave up on it because it was established as part of the canon at the end of Lord of the Rings that this ended the time of elves and hobbits and dwarves left Middle-earth. So 100 years later, all he was left with, because he had established it, are the race of men. And he decided they weren't interesting enough, because if you don't have elves and hobbits and dwarves and these fantastical characters, it just becomes like a historical war movie or story, and that's what War of Rohirrim was.
Game of Thrones!
Well, exactly. There are no elves in this. There are no dwarves in this. There are no hobbits in this. Now, you do get a few trolls, and I think this scene that was bringing up here may show like a troll or something. And you do get like the big elephant things, like the ginormous 10-tusk elephants. But other than that...
What's their name?
I can't remember. Oliphants or something like this?
There you go.
There you go, right. Okay, now, here's the thing. Hold on. Wait. 1 second there.
We've not read the Lord of the Rings books in 2 decades. Know that they're a goddamn oliphant.
Well, yeah, and so did I. So just don't worry. I'm just winging it here, guys. I'm winging it. Now, here is
they
the
are
thing.
British people. They are born with the Lord of the Rings.
Now,
they know it.
Here is the thing.
My objective for this show is to make Dave MC laugh as much as I possibly can.
Good. Now,
you're failing so far, Nick.
But look, here is the thing. The trailer, or it was known beforehand, maybe it wasn't on the trailer, but it was publicised, that Christopher Lee, from Beyond the Grave, would be reprising his role of Saruman. He has one line, and I don't mind giving that spoiler. It was such a cheap inclusion. Literally, this is no spoiler. At the end, they were just like, oh, and the White Wizard is here. And literally, it pans up, it shows him, and he's like, if I can be of assistance, my lord, or something like that. And that is all of it. And I was waiting the whole movie. How are they going to incorporate when Saruman, the wizards, are going to appear? What's going to happen? There's nothing. The story, as well, if you know about it. Now, the criticisms of the Rings of Power was that they only had the rights to the appendices. And so, if you went back to the Silmarillion, the whole story that the Rings of Power tells is fleshed out, but they couldn't legally use all of those details. So they had to use the few details they did have and bridge gaps. This is the same principle, 1 second, and it tells the story of how Helm's Deep becomes known as Helm's Deep, because of this deep invasion, and Lord Helm Hammerhand was able to take on everyone. And it's the King Helm Hammerhand, and his 3 children. Now, his 2 sons, no big spoiler, they don't make it, right, are barely in this film, and the whole story focuses on his daughter, who in the books is unnamed. Why did they do this? They didn't, I think it's Brian Cox that plays him as well. Literally, he's only in it for a certain amount. They just did the exact same thing as Rings of Power. Anyway, Cap, Dave, who's got your hand up? Dave has.
I've got my hand up. I was going to say, yeah, you're right about the War of Rohirrim not being as bad as Rings of Power. And I did see how they ended Rings of Power with how the stranger got his name, and that the little half-foot, so like, oh, you're like a Gandalf, and fuck's sake. Grandalf.
Grand Elf.
Yeah, Grandalf. So I did look this up. I had to look this up afterwards. I did see when Gandalf and the wizards arrived in Middle-earth. It was the beginning of the Third Age,
Yes.
not in the Second Age.
Yes.
They didn't arrive when Sauron was in power. They
Yeah.
arrived after he disappeared during the First War.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why would you do this? Why? What the fuck are you thinking? Like, and it's about giving Galadriel and Elrond a love story. And the only thing I found decent, and the only one thing, the one thing I found decent in it, is the conversation between Celebrimbor when he discovers that the Lord of Gifts was Sauron. That was it. That's the only thing I kind of enjoyed.
No, okay, so Dave, I'm just going to pick up on one thing you said there, and then I'll come to you, Cap, right? So yeah, like Celebrimbor and Sauron, the Lord of Gifts, Agatar, what's it called? Anatar. No, the Illuminatar are the gods, right? So it's like Anatar, right? So the thing is, the love story that you mentioned between Elrond and Galadriel, she is his mother-in-law.
I know!
Why not just stick to what's... Look, you have things that are established. Those should be absolutely solid, and then you fill in the gaps to make them make sense. Okay, Dave is having a moment.
Nerd rage!
Should we replace that with my face at this point?
It's not only The Witcher. All fantasy stuff are now making everyone mad.
Yeah.
No, it's just the fact that Rings of Power, I get that they have to take some creative liberties because they can't use everything from the Silmarillion and anything, before Lord of the Rings, or The Hobbit even. But at the same point, what the fuck are you thinking adding the wizards in before they're supposed to arrive? Mm-hmm. Making a weird love triangle with Sauron and Galadriel and then Elrond and Galadriel. And the only thing you got kind of right was the Celebrimbor Sauron relationship and the fact that the Balrog appears in Moria.
But they didn't get that right. It happened. It's the wrong king. It's the wrong King Durin. It's meant to be like this is King Durin the Sixth or something, or King Durin the Fourth. It was meant to be King Durin the Sixth. They had it happen to the wrong king.
Right. I'll ask you, David.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've brought this up before. Isn't the Balrog in the Fellowship of the Ring look a lot better than the one in Rings of Power?
Much, and it's 20 years difference. I'll bring up the comparison.
Amazon had $1 billion.
Yeah, Amazon had $1 billion to do this, and they still fucked it up.
Yeah.
All I was gonna say was, did anyone else notice the blue box in the background of of Rings of Power?
The what?
There's a blue box.
I'm fighting with you guys.
Jesus, he's bringing up about Doctor Who again. Right. Okay.
I'm gonna have to get this sonic screwdriver to work.
Yeah, you have to shove it somewhere.
We guess David has not been very kind to anime. David, do you still have your shield, right?
Yeah, I've got my shield. If you've got a link to send.
Before you go there, Kat, I know what David was saying about the bad animations, the facial expressions. I can name something that has the absolute worst facial expressions in the history of animation.
I'm not going to do that because I don't want to throw him off anime. I'm going to show him a good one, a trailer. So David, check this out.
Okay. Let me grab the link. So, copy link address.
Wait.
Go on, Nick.
Dave,
what have you got?
Are you talking about Tintin or Astro Boy?
I'm not talking about Tintin and Astro Boy. Oh no, Nick.
For the record, as a good American nerd, I hate Tintin.
Do you know what? I don't have any allegiance to Tintin.
I love Tintin. Tintin's cartoon is awesome.
Okay, there you go.
The only Tintin I know is from Thunderbirds, and that's all I got to go on.
No,
Wow.
The Tintin cartoon's is way violent than people give credit for.
No, I think
what's this?
Yeah, so this is what Cap said.
Is this a sequel to Sliders?
Why?
It could be
Because they're called Drifters.
I'm trying to make it kind of I would say.
So
good,
what are we looking for here?
No, I'm giving you, David, good animation, so you don't turn off from anime at all. Look at that expression.
Yeah, okay, so that was intense.
Yes.
What studio was doing it, Cap?
This was, I think it was, I'm not sure if it was published by Universal or...
No, I mean, like, if it's obviously based from a manga, so who's the manga, and who's the studio making the animation?
The guy who did the manga is the same guy who did Hellsing, so you can expect the same quality. I don't know the name of the author. But I'm not really sure about the studio, because like the Universal logo did pop up at the beginning of each episode.
Yeah, because they'll have distribution rights, but it will be whoever did the animation for this.
Oh no! Look.
Like,
okay, hang on. Look, this is what I need to show you. So this is called Drifters. Okay, let's see if I can pause this. This is my problem with this art style in general. They have the exact same face. Like,
yeah, because like they're background characters, David.
No, but this is the problem.
But
like,
they're in the foreground.
So the end of the Lord of the Rings came
one bit.
So
for only one bit.
But like, look at the noses are identical, the mouths are identical, the shapes of the face are identical. It's just like when you look at.
They're just elf racist, David. Just allow them to be.
Cap, stop yelling.
Right. All I'm saying is, when you then had Saruman come on screen for his one line, he did look like Christopher Lee, and it's like, but look, this guy, that might even be a girl. She's got they all have the same face. That one's a bit longer.
No. So again, if you look at you need to Google the three characters in Drifters. So they look different. They like the main characters do look different.
No, I would. Yeah. No, I take your word, but like, as the character behind you on whatever it is you've got there still has the same. He has the same face too.
That's Dante. You better put some respect on that name, David.
No, look. When you look at The Simpsons, they all have the big round eyes on principle. So it is just an art style thing. But I don't know. It's just like when you get like young characters that aren't meant because in these cartoons you'll get like Helm Hammerhand. He was like this, and he's a giant, and he's got like grotesque features and that. And then you get like the daughter, and it's like you're the size of his like pinky, basically. It's just like.
I thought you were going to say penis for a second.
His peni. Exactly. Now, guys, we're going to have to deal with some other stuff, just because, look, I'll try to make it so that we can have another Geek Battle, because we have barely scratched the surface. I know we wanted to get onto, like, the Game Awards and stuff like this. So, shall we move on to that soon?
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
let's go.
I've got to jump off by about 22 at the latest. So we've got another 10 minutes or so. Right, so over to you guys. Tell me things.
So the Game Awards sucked. That's pretty much the message.
I'll bring up what won what.
I think there was a guy who.
Let me get the water.
Yeah, if you've got a link.
Famous clip.
That's that one. Let me see if I can get it with the
saying like how he can really how most of the games are sucked now. He actually literally said that kind of.
No. That's announcements. Winners and nominees. Okay. I'm looking on Wikipedia here.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so Game of the Year was Astrobot.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
So what else was nominated was something called Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of Erdtree, Final Fantasy, whatever number that is, Rebirth.
Seven, yeah.
And then something called Metaphor.
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is terrible. Like, I think it's horrible.
How is Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth? Didn't that come out like 2 years ago? Wasn't that a PS4 game? Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth?
Best fighting game was Tekken 8.
Okay.
I had a conversation about fighting games this weekend, actually. And I realized that my favorite fighting game is actually Tekken Tag for the PS2.
Yeah.
I'm not upset with that winning.
Injustice.
Right. Okay. So.
What is
Oh
that?
God. Okay. So anyway, we're going to continue onwards, guys. Let's have a quick look at what else.
I have to say, one of the trailers that they announced of David Prepare the Shield, this is one of the trailers of games that I'm actually looking forward to.
Okay. Put it in chat.
You know what? Don't click this one. Use the link in the Geek Battle. It's much easier because like I put it in the Geek Battle chat.
Oh, I can't get that. If I try to get that, I'm going to show the screen, and I don't want to. I'll use the one you said.
Okay, then I'll get...
Yeah, I'll use the one you said, just because I can bring that up. Now.
So this is the game that I'm actually looking forward to because like all the other game trailers that they show, nah, AAA games are gonna die.
Okay. Now, for me, like, I'll just mention it because we're in limited time, just whilst this is loading. It's on an advert at the moment. Onimusha 4, I'm very excited about, just because it's a Resident Evil style game about samurais, and it's when it comes to light, I'm sure it's going to be a really big
My
game.
complaint is this, David. The main guy doesn't look cool enough, like this one.
Okay, well, let's see what this guy looks like. What is this? The first Berserker.
Okay.
Wait, is that the main guy?
Where's the other arm?
Yeah.
He just looks like,
He looks like
Henry Cavill.
He looks like Conan.
He looks like Henry Cavill.
I'm not sure about that.
He looks like Conan the Barbarian, only worse.
Yeah, because he's the first Berserker.
So, I'm going to take this for my collection.
Yes, and he becomes the first Berserker. I mean, like, for me, he kind of looks like He-Man. I think it's like the weird Dolph Lundgren that comes to mind.
Dolph Lundgren, oh my god, that is such a legendary film. What genre is this? This is just a cinematic trailer, right?
It's so the gameplay. There's also gameplay. You can check that out. It's kind of like a hack and slash.
So it's like God of War then.
Yeah, more in the sense of God of War and like Shadow of War, that type of game.
I'm not the biggest fan of, no, I'm not. I don't mind hack and slash, but they're kind of forgettable. Like, did anyone ever play Heavenly Sword?
No, never heard of it.
Oh my god, it was a PS3 launch title, so it's a bit old, I guess. But
it was really good. I do remember that game.
Yeah, like I liked it, but you were just mashing buttons. It's like Hyrule Warriors, if you've ever played that, or any of these Dynasty Warriors and stuff like that, where it's just like hundreds and slash.
No. So it's not like Dynasty Warriors. It's more interactive action than Dynasty Warriors.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I'll say this though, that by the time that I was able to get a PS3, the PS4 had come out, so that's how behind I am.
No, don't worry. Like, the PS3 was like the biggest PlayStation flop of the home consoles.
Oh, I disagree.
Oh no, it was. It sold the least. That's what I mean. PS1 sold 100 million, PS2 155 million, PS3 eventually got to 80 million, but it took years and years to get there. PS4 is like 155 odd million as well. I don't know what. Oh, sorry, PS4 is. PS5, I don't know what it's at, but basically, just in terms of, in so many ways, the PS3 was Sony's failure. That's where the Wii suddenly took over. That's the only time they kind of drew with the Xbox. And that's because they released it, if you remember, Nick, at $600 when it came out. And Nick's gone. Oh well.
He didn't like that. He didn't like that.
Right, I didn't pay $600.
But like, so Devil May Cry is also a hack and slash game, but I do recommend Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Again, like with hack and slash, all depends on like how much of a good combos that they do, and also like how interactive the combat is. So some of the hack and slash game I get, like you get bored of it pretty easily. But like what's very well done ones are really good. And there's the other thing with hack and slash, they always do good stories. At least they used to do. I mean, like with Space Marine 2, that is you can consider as hack and slash, but with more interactive combat, with like guns and everything mixed with it. And it's the most fun games I've seen this year. So I like hack and slash stuff, and I like the cinematic. And like I said, I looked at that trailer and I was like, I like that. That's a cool dude. I want to be that dude. The little kid in me is just like, I want to be that dude. I want to be that axe guy.
I want to be like you. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, like, that's the thing, right? Like when you get like characters like Dante, Leon, that's the thing. You look at those
You
guys.
and Leon every time. Every
Yes.
time somebody starts talking
Yes.
about
Welcome to the Geek Battle.
You know what,
David
Nick.
literally has a song about I'm wrong about Resident Evil 6.
You are wrong about Resident Evil 6.
Hang on. There's a bigger fish to fry right here. Nick, you said like, oh, this is my last show for the second week running, and all you've done is provide DVD commentary shitting on the rest of us again. You've not contributed a single thing to one of these things. She's like, I'm going to make Dave laugh and David cry and Cap. You and Leon get a room. Oh my god. Oh.
But like,
But you still failed to make me laugh, Nick, as well.
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought I made you laugh earlier.
But okay, what I'm saying is like, don't forget the rule of cool. Video games, movies, these kind of things. We like cool things and we like to have fun. And when you forget that, you're not going to sell us much, because that's the truth. Like you can like, how many Oscar documentaries people watch? Okay, there's some great films. You can do that. If you want to do a game with like such emotional depth and like adult storytelling, go for it. But you don't need to turn everything into that. Okay, just give us fun games with cool characters that we can enjoy.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with that. Like, I want a good but there's times I just want to play a bullshit punch people in the face game, and then after I'm done punching this guy in the face, I'm gonna look at that guy. I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna look at this other dude, and guess what I'm gonna do?
Punch him in the face.
Exactly.
Punch him in the face.
Exactly. It's gonna knee him in the nuts, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's other times that I want to play a game with a deep storyline.
Yeah.
You know, but games
What was what?
Anyway, guys, we're going to run out of time. So, any last thoughts on the Game Award winners? I can truthfully say, having a look at the list of the winners and nominees for almost all of them, I have played almost none of these games, which is more of a sign of what I've been up to this year. But Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft. When was that a game? Best Adaptation nominee. I don't even remember that as a game.
I'm surprised that Baldur's Gate 3 didn't win anything, and that's been out for about a year now.
No, that was last year, right?
No, it didn't. I don't think. I don't think Baldur's Gate won anything last year.
Baldur's Gate, the guy who made it came and gave the speech that he won last year, and he also kind of shit on the Game Awards as well.
Smart thing to do.
Oh no, sorry, Cap, you're right, Cap. I'm sorry, I lied. But it did win another one this year. Won the Community Award.
And the Black Myth won Fan Award, I think. Only the.
Yeah, I'm shocked that Black Myth didn't win.
Yeah, now guys, I am sorry. I am going to have to begin to wrap things up here, just because of time's going to get away from me, and I've got a gig I have to do online, which is a pain. But we'll see if we can do. Again. Sorry.
You're dressing up like Santa again.
Maybe. I'm not sure if I'm honest, and that's why I need to have time to find out. But listen, guys, the last quick story that I'll touch on, just because we can get to it if we have a chance in the week, but I appreciate we're getting close to Christmas as well. All the rumours are saying, with the flop that was Kraven the Hunter, that Sony may sell Spider-Man back to Marvel. I think that would be the biggest mistake they could make, because then it's an absolute monopoly. They're the last thing that has a chance to do something different. Marvel wouldn't have made it into the Spider-Verse. So, look, and Marvel, whether it was good or bad, they weren't going to make Kraven the Hunter. God, songs hit my face, right? they weren't going to make Kraven the Hunter. They weren't going to make Madam Web. So if any of these characters...
I'm not too sure, David, because, like, they made Doctor Strange too.
Yeah. Well, I take your point, Cap. I take your point. But the point I'm saying is that when they've got even more on their plate to do, there's less chance that some of the smaller characters will be made a priority. If everything's under one house, then they're just going to prioritize the main things. Any quick thoughts on that? We've got a couple of minutes.
I say don't sell it because, like, you have two decades of Spider-Man nostalgia, and here's the thing, like X-Men '97 did. You can just make another Tobey Maguire film, 4 more Andrew Garfield films, and Tom Holland films. People will still watch it as long as you did a good job with it. And also, I think Spider-Verse, although I get it, like, Spider-Verse is a really good thing, so it might be, like, really hard to make. But still, you won the Oscars for Best Animated Feature. You beat Disney at animation with Spider-Verse. So you got something, don't lose it.
Yeah.
I said this last week. What they should do is they should make like a Spider-Man '97, so like with the old animation style of like the old Fox cartoon. I think that would make a bunch of money, and it would continue the story of that particular version of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's like Spider-Man Prime or Spider-Man 616, but I think that would be a really good, an interesting, like, spin-off, you know?
Yeah, because, like, with the animation Spider-Man side, right? Like, I think Disney is probably the ones who's, like, doing the animated shows. They have a weird thing with, like, they did the how many seasons did the 90s Spider-Man have?
4.
Okay, so it had 4 seasons. Then they did Spectacular Spider-Man in the 2000. They only gave it, like, 2 seasons, and they scrubbed it. And then the Ultimate Spider-Man had like season 6 or something for some weird reason, even though it was not that of a good show. And then when Tom Holland Spider-Man came in, they did another Spider-Man cartoon. They kept doing Spider-Man cartoons, but that was not Sony, that was Disney.
Yeah. Now, guys, we're going to have to wrap this up, so we will continue some of these thoughts next time. Very quickly, our outros round. Let me just quickly say, so for anyone watching us, if you haven't done so, head over to youtube.com/@Geek Battle and smash that subscribe button there. It's great that we've had a bunch of extra watchers, especially on X and on some of these other platforms. So don't just watch and then lose us forever. Click that follow and you'll be able to find us. But if you want just dedicated Geek Battle, go to the Geek Battle YouTube channel. Cap, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Sort Deeds, where I sing and dance, I dance over the bucket, and I work with puppets. And there's a video about the Lion King, Mufasa, and Scar reacting to real lions. Pretty sure they're going to react to the new movie as well. We didn't get to that one. And the other thing is, like, there's going to be a Christmas video this Sunday night, and also Monday morning for Sri Lankans. So look forward to that. And also, Dave might make a Game Award reaction video with his favorite Baldur's Gate 3 characters. I don't know. So check out for that as well.
Okay, Nick, where can people find you?
People can find me at Blue Sky at NSCEV. My geek recommendation for the week is on Dropout. There's a show called Game Changer, and my favorite episode to date is season 4, episode 5. It's called The Official Cast Recording. It is marvelous. I highly recommend it if you have access to Dropout.
Okay, Dave.
You can find me here on Xstreamed on various shows, and check out my YouTube channel as well, Dave MC Gaming, where I do Let's Plays and Star Wars: The Old Republic footage. I'm also on Twitch. I stream on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. This is my last week of streaming, however, so Saturday, Sunday are my last 2 days of streaming. But there's plenty of videos still on the YouTube channel, and there's some stuff on the Twitch still. And go check out my gaming shop as well. We can get some of my gaming merch, which is kind of blurring out right now. But yeah, go check out my shop, my channels. Go, StreamYard!
StreamYard, right, and I'm David Kasansky. Just follow the Geek Battle stuff, and with that, until next time, stay safe, always stay extreme, live long and prosper.